Welcome back to a new tutorial. In this video we are going to talk about how we can create an interactive dashboard using Dash and Plotly. We are going to be able to change the charts and also filter the data from the interface that we are going to create. You can see the app that we are going to create in this video from the screen right now. Let's start coding. Okay, I'm in the Visual Studio Code interface, but you can use any code editor that you want. I'm going to close this welcome page and I'm going to create a file named dashboard.py, and we are going to be coding in this Python file. And for this video I'm going to be using the sales data.csv file. I'm also going to show you how it looks as a table format, but you can use any dataset that you want. Like, you can find a random dataset and use that for this video. It doesn't matter. And if you want to create a similar dataset, I'm just going to give you the codes to generate that. So you can just use these codes for generating a dataset like this. After importing pandas and numpy, like you can say import numpy as mp, import pandas as pd, and you can make this code work for having the same dataset with the sales data CSV in here. You can just take a screenshot and send ChatGPT to write the same code, or you can directly type the codes by yourself. So I'm going to close this one, and we are going to start with taking a look at the data we have on the sales data CSV. So I will say import pandas as pd, and I'm going to say data frame is going to be pandas read CSV, and I will pass sales data.csv in here. And here I'm going to say print data frame.head. So we are going to see our data in table format in here. Great. We are going to have date, region, category, sales, units sold, and month columns in our dataset for this dashboard. And in this video we are going to create an interactive dashboard using Dash and Plotly. So let's start to that. We imported pandas, we are going to import numpy, we are going to import Dash, we are going to say from Dash import DCC HTML input, output, and and Dash table. Also we are going to say import plotly.express as px. Great. Also we have our data frame in here. Now we can delete this print statement and we can directly start coding our app. Firstly, we are going to initialize Dash app. So app is going to be dash.dash, and we will pass name like this. Next up, we are going to set layout. I will say app.layout, and it's going to be HTML div. Now we are going to start with HTML and one sales dashboard, and we are going to give the style like, let's say, firstly text align, and it's going to be center. Next we are going to continue with HTML.div, and I will pass HTML label. I'm going to pass select region. Next up, I'm going to say DCC drop down options is going to be, we are going to say, like, I'm going to open a parenthesis, label is going to be region, and value is going to be region, like this. Next up, I'm going to continue with for region in data frame region dot unique. We are going to use a list comprehension like that. So we are going to have our regions in a drop down format, and we are going to set a default value like, let's say, north, and ID is going to be region drop down. Okay, cool. Now we can continue with the style. After the first parenthesis we will say, like in here, style is going to be, after this one, style is going to be we will pass width, it's going to be 30%, and display is going to be inline block like this. Okay, cool. Next, what we are going to do is we will say HTML. Also, I'm going to press enter a couple of times. HTML div, we are going to give HTML.label select category like this. Next up in here, I'm going to say DCC drop down again, and we are going to have a similar options section with a list comprehension, like I will say in here a dictionary again. Label is going to be cat, the category, and value is going to be the category for, and in here we will say for category in data frame category we will pass unique again like this. Next up, after this, we are going to set the value, let's say electronics, for the default, and we will pass the ID as category drop down. Okay, so after that we will say style again. Let's give a style like in a dictionary. Width is going to be 30%, and display is going to be inline block, and also we will say margin left is going to be 5% like this. Okay, great. Next up, what we are going to do is we are going to select a date range. So we will say HTML div again. We will pass HTML label select date range, and I'm going to say DCC date picker range, and we will pass ID is going to be date picker, start date is going to be data frame, date minimum, and date is going to be data frame date maximum. Also, after that, what we are going to do is we will say style is going to be width is going to be 30%, display is going to be inline block again, and also in here we are going to pass margin left, and it's going to be 5% like this. Great. So after this, I'm going to continue with graphs, like I'm going to say DCC graph, and I will pass ID is going to be sales line chart. Next, I'm going to say DCC graph ID is going to be units bar chart. Next up, I'm going to say HTML header 2 category sales distribution, and in here I'm going to say DCC graph again, ID is going to be category pie chart. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to say HTML to filtered data table, and I'm going to give the data in here as in a table format, dash table dot data. Let me check its name. Yeah, dash table, it's correct. After this, I'm going to put this dash table dot data table. ID is going to be data table, columns is going to be, we are going to say name like this, ID index. Now we are going to write our comprehension for index in data frame columns like this. Next up, we are going to say page size, let's give 10, style table is going to be overflow X, and I will pass auto, and style cell is going to be text align, and I will pass left. Okay, great. It's it with our layout. And here we have our all layout ready. We have sales dashboard, select category, select date range section. After that, we define the main structure like sales line chart, units bar chart, category sales distribution, category pie chart, filter data type, and we give the data table in here. Now we are going to write the callbacks. So we will say app.callback, and we will say output. Now we will say sales line chart, and we will pass figure. Next we will say output again, units bar chart is going to be figure, and we will say input, it's going to be an input region drop down. Since it's going to be a user input, we define this as input, and since it's going to be generated by the app, we will pass them as output. So we will say value in here. Next we have more inputs. Input is going to be category drop down. We will pass value. Next up we will say input date picker, and it's going to be start date. Next input is going to be date picker and date. So we have our callbacks ready. Now it's time to define a function for updating the charts. For that, for the first place, we are going to say define update charts, and we will pass region, category, start date, and date, and I think it's going to be all. Next up we will say filter data frame is going to be data frame. Now we are going to apply our filters in here. Like in here we will say data frame region equals to region passed into the function like in here, and I'm going to add an indent in here. Next we are going to have the condition data frame category equals to the category, and next we will say data frame date, it's going to be greater than or equal to start date, and of course data frame date less than or equal to end date, like this. Okay, cool. Now we have that. We are going to say sales by month. It's going to be filter data frame dot group by, we will pass month, and we are going to take the values of sales. We will say dot sum for the aggregation function, and we will say reset index like this. Next we are going to define units by month, and filter data frame again with a group by of month like this. We will say units, and we will say sold. We will use dot sum, and we will say reset index like this. Okay, now we are going to say return line figure with bar figure. It's time for defining these figures. We will say line figure is going to be plotly line. We will pass sales by month. X is going to be month. Y is going to be sales, and we will say title monthly sales. Next up I'm going to say bar figure and bar units by month. X is going to be month, Y is going to be units sold, and we are going to say title is going to be units sold per month. Okay, cool. Our function is ready right now. In here we are going to say app.callback, and we will pass output category pie chart, and we will pass figure. Next up we will say output data table, we will pass data like this, and at the last place input we will say region drop down, and we will pass value like this. Now for the ending we are going to say, like, I'm going to close this, we will lastly define a function as update pie table region. We are going to be passing, we will say filtered is going to be data frame region equals to this passed region. Next up we are going to say pie data frame is going to be filtered dot group by, we are going to group it by category, and we are going to take the values of sales and we will say sum like this. So after that we need to reset the index, and we can do pie figure is going to be plotly.pie pie data frame, we will say values is going to be sales, names is going to be the category, and title is going to be sales by category like this. Okay, great. Now we need to say return pie figure with filtered to dictionary as records. Okay, our app is ready right now. At the last place we need to say if name equals to main like this, we are going to say app.run server, and we are going to pass the debug as true like this. Now I'm going to save this file and I'm going to make this run. After finishing the demo of our app, I'm going to summarize these codes. So I saved my file and I'm going to make the script run. Now we are going to see that it says dash is running on this address. So it says serving Flask app dashboard debug mode on. Now you need to copy this address or simply click to it with Ctrl or Command with left click depending on your operating system. I'm just going to copy that and open it on my browser. You need to enter this address on your browser, and I'm going to be re-recording on that address on the web. Just paste it to something like Google Chrome or Safari, whatever you are using, and when you enter this address you are going to be ready to go with the dashboard. So here we are at the address which appeared in a terminal, and we have a dashboard like this. It looks great. Firstly, without any filtering, let's take a look. We have the select region section, select category section, select date range section. We are going to test all of them. We have monthly sales and it's an interactive plot, as we can see. So our dashboard is completely interactive. We can see that, like, we can zoom in and we can reset this, like there needs to be reset axis. Yeah, great. And we have our pie chart. We can, let's say that we want to make furniture disappear. I can just click on that and let's letting disappear. Great, it's working smoothly. And at the end we have the filtered data table like this, so we can just see different records. Great, our dashboard seems great, and now we are going to test it. Like, firstly, let's select a different region. I will say West. Now we can see that all the charts are updated, and I'm going to change this again to North. We can see it's updating itself. Great. I'm going to select a different category like grocery. I'm going to select a different category like clothing. Okay, great, cool. Also, let's select a date range, like, let's say from April 1 to October 1. And our charts are going to be updated, as well as our data table. And it seems great. Okay, here is our dashboard. It's completely interactive, and we can just see that we can change the axis. Like, we can click on clothing for making it disappear. Everything is working smoothly. Let's go back to the code editor. So we can close this terminal. We don't need to host it anymore. And in our app, let's talk about the code. Here we import pandas, numpy, dash, and plotly. Then we read our data in the directory we have. I showed you the data creation codes. And here we initialize the dash app. We create a layout like this: sales dashboard, select category, select date range. category sale distribution, filtered data table, the general structure here. Here we have the callbacks. Next, we create the function as update charts, where we pass region, category start date and end date. When a filter applied by the user, we update the charts by this function. Here we have another callback, and at the last place we have the update py table like this, and at the end we make the app run server. This helps us on hosting the app and reaching to it from the local URL. Thanks for watching. Let's get to the outro. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I'm sharing a new data science video every week on my channel. You can subscribe for more videos like this. Have a great day.